Hey guys, how you doing? Um, so here's an update. Um, I recently got on two new medications. One of them is Vraylar, which is a relatively new into the industry, I'm told. Um, the other one is Lunesta, which is also relatively new. Um, the couple of issues that I have is I have after taking these medications, um, I have had side effects, which is disorientation and confusion. My equilibrium was off. Um, I did have a case after taking it in which I woke up and I was really disoriented, and I well, to be frank, I tried to get up out of bed, and I was so out of it that I ended up walking into my bedroom door because I sleep with my bedroom door closed. I walked into my bedroom door, slammed against that, and ended up falling. And um, it took me a few minutes to get oriented and you know get back up. Um, I do. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I do have to say that the Vraylar, which is an antipsychotic for schizoaffective and schizophrenia, um, the Vraylar does work to a degree, which is an antipsychotic. Um, as far as I know, and I've only been on it for about a week or so. It has helped somewhat to a certain extent. Obviously, no medication is just gonna wipe out everything. Um, it was also brought to my attention that I have what they call tactile hallucinations. Now, here's the thing. Okay, um, this is what I really want to get into. I'll bring up the Lunesta later on, but here's the real thing. Okay, tactile hallucinations. This is what I want to talk about the most. Okay, this has been happening to me for quite some time, and I couldn't make of it. The reason why is because um, there was people playing with the Ouija board, and I know you guys are, kind of weird on that, whatnot, but they were playing on the Ouija board and having a grand old time, and all of that. And when I when I was when I was going through the experiences that I was going through, I dismissed it as being, through the uh, spiritual world and supernatural and all that. But let me give you a little insight, okay? The little insight is with tactile hallucinations, you it's defined as feeling as if something or a feeling in which you are experiencing, okay? And with this experience, you feel like you're being touched or something is near you, and that type of deal. And let me explain something, okay? So for the past few years, all right, I've been experiencing tactile hallucinations, which I was unaware of. I had no idea what it was or anything like that until it was brought to my attention a couple of days ago. And this is the reason why I wanted to make this video. And the thing about it is that a few years ago, I would be sitting on the couch, like I am right now, sitting on the couch, and I had to take extra measures for this fact. But I would be sitting on on the couch, and the chair would automatically start rocking, or something like that. Which some would say that, oh, it's just fake. It's it's a prop, and that type of deal. But yet my mind was manifesting it. It's a manifestation. Even though other people don't see it, I do. And the thing that really gets me is a few years ago I experienced where I would be laying in bed, and behind me, I got a king size bed, and behind me I would feel little kids' footprints, feet running from the head of the bed down to the foot of the bed. And every time that I looked, there was nothing there. And I thought maybe, there was something going on with it, that type of deal. So, but it kept occurring. It was a recurrence. And that's what really bothered me, is that it was a recurrence. And so therefore I just dismissed it as a supernatural being messing with me, and that type of deal, because of the past history of the house, and people playing with the Ouija boards and all that, getting into the supernatural world, which some of you might not believe, but I personally don't know what to believe when it comes to that type of aspect of supernatural or not. However, I do know that I would feel these footprints, and every time that I looked, there was nothing there, which kind of freaks me out a little bit. And the thing about it is, you sit there and you're laying there, rather, and you feel, not see, but feel the indentations right behind you as you're trying to sleep, and that's what throws you off. And so they're automatically, as a reflex, you you look to see if anybody is there or anything is there, and there's nothing there. And another aspect of it is, I'm always trying to figure out why I feel as if there's bugs crawling on me and that type of deal. Well, guess what? That's part of it. That's part of tactile hallucinations. That's part of schizophrenia. And yes, it is an aspect that needs to be researched more, but we don't have the funding as a society, or even the what do you call it, the acknowledgement that it happens. And I believe that schizophrenia is a real thing. It's something that needs to be addressed as a public society. People need to be aware of it. The government does not put enough money aside to research and to help those like me. They don't care, it seems like. all they're worried about is cancer, HIV, their own political stance. But deep down inside, in the roots of the homelessness and all of that, in the roots of it, you've got people that have come back overseas that were in wars and all that have PTSD and all sorts of other uh, diagnosis. And it's truly amazing how the government just disregards that and doesn't do anything about it. Let's get some let's get some funding. Let's research this. Let's try to help people. Kind of like when, Parkinson's. There's all sorts of different foundations and everything with Parkinson's. Well, let's get one for schizophrenia. Let's get it. You know, it's amazing how it's just disregarded, and people are going through it day in day out, experiencing all these voices and visual hallucinations and tactile hallucinations and all this. People don't understand what it is. Please inform people. Let them know what's really going on. This type of situation that I'm in, yes, the Vraylar is helping to a limit. It's not 100% science, and Vraylar may work for me, or it may not. It may work for you, or it may not. It's not an exact science. It's all about the chemistry of your brain. So you're trying to use the medication to balance out that imbalance in your brain and get the auditory, the visual, the tactile, and all the other ones under control. And fortunately, I don't have all the other ones. All I have is the auditory, the visual, and as well as the tactile. Now, when it comes to tactile, it's defined as feeling something as a touch, or feeling as if you have bugs on your skin or under your skin. And as in my case, it feels like there's worms underneath my arms, as far as the skin is concerned, and when I go to scratch, there's nothing there. But that's the feeling. That's what it feels like. And it's really concerning because you can't you can't tell what's real or what's not. For example, if you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, you get a burn, but you don't realize it because you think that it's a tactile hallucination. Where, in fact, it actually happened. However, you think that it didn't because you just think that it's just another hallucination and you brush it off and all that until later on you figure out that it's actually there. Um, it's very concerning. It freaks me out. Um, the pharmacist told me that Lunesta, which is a newer medication, um, very rare in some cases, as far as the research goes. Very rare did the participant have a side effect in which they were sleepwalking. And one of the main things that kind of freaks me out a little bit is knowing that I have tactile hallucinations, auditory hallucinations, and visual hallucinations. One thing that bothers me is, on top of the pharmacist saying that there is a slight rarity that sleepwalking is a side effect of the medication, which it's helped. Okay, I kid you not, it's helped as far as sleep. But at the same token, I'm risking all of my, basically my whole schizophrenia side into the sleep world. Let me explain that. So here you are, okay? You're schizophrenic, and already you're paranoid. You're you have homicidal, suicidal tendencies, and you couple that with sleepwalking. And the pharmacist went on to say that in a rare case, there has been reports that Lunesta causes sleepwalking. And the sleepwalking is so severe that you can actually, according to her, you can actually make a full on breakfast, eggs, sausage, bacon, pancakes, without even knowing it, because you are sleepwalking. Again, that's only in rare occasions. Now, that rare occasions when she said that, that still makes me believe that it could actually happen to me. Now, if you think about it, okay, picture this. Picture this, okay? Picture this. Here you are. You have your daily dose of medications, antipsychotics, depressants, sleep medication, night terror medication, all that, okay? So, here you have all these medications that you gotta take, including the Vraylar and Lunesta. Now, who's to say, okay, who's to say that you end up doing have a side effect of the Lunesta? You do end up having sleepwalking. And couple that with homicidal tendencies. Think about that for a minute. Really think about that. That's scary. It makes me want to double think about taking that Lunesta. Because you don't know what you're doing. There's a there's an article that I read not that long ago, and in that article, it was also featured in Law and Order Special Victims Unit. It was also featured there. But in this article, a doctor had stated that a person can sleepwalk and have no recollection whatsoever of the actions in which he had or she had done. So, therefore, okay, Think about this. If you are feeling homicidal, suicidal, or psychotic, you take this medication, you take your sleeping pills, you take your Prozosine, okay? You take your Klonopin, diazepine, the Lunesta, the Vraylar. You take these pills, okay? The Lorazepam. You take these pills, you go to sleep. It knocks you out. Completely just knocks you out. Who's to say that you're doing something in which you don't recollect that you're doing and something drastic happens? How is that gonna help you? This is scary to understand. It scares me, especially when I have a young person that I took on. It scares me. He's got the same disability that I do. He understands everything. However, it's a little bit different with him, but we're just talking about me for now. And it's a lot scary because I do have severe homicidal and suicidal tendencies that arise in my brain. How do I combat that, you ask? Well, I think about so called happy things. Things that, you know, the average person doesn't think about. I try to stimulate my mind uh, watching Penguin Zero on YouTube. I'll give a shout out to him. I watch Tyler Cohen Bryan. I'll give a shout out to him on YouTube. I also watch Creak Blinder on YouTube. Give a shout out to him. Thank you guys for keeping me entertained and keeping my focus on your content. That helps. That helps a lot. The reason why is because I'm focused in and I'm listening, watching the video, being entertained. And not only that, but at the same time, the voices and the hallucinations all subside. They don't go away completely, but they do subside a little bit. Enough to where I'm able to focus in on what is being said by these creators. I encourage you, go check them out. And if you need to, rewind the video and watch that again so that way you can get their channels. Okay? They are excellent channels. Check them out. Another thing that really bothers me, and I'm going to be frank about this real quick. Another thing that bothers me is while I'm on this Lunesta, now I'm documenting it now because I just started this about a week ago, and the disorientation, the equilibrium being off, the falling, bouncing off the walls as I'm walking, that type of feeling. It's not good. That's the time that you need to call your physician, your psychologist, and explain to them what you're experiencing. That way they could determine what to do in that situation. However, what scares me is with all of this knowledge, with all of this I learned, and I'm expressing to you, please get on the right medication, get on the right path. It freaks me out when knowing that when I take this medication that it could have that possibility of sleepwalking, and who knows what could happen in that situation. Who knows what could happen if I'm sleepwalking and I feel psychotic, I feel homicidal, I feel suicidal. Who knows? That's what's scary. And I encourage you, please research this. Put funds, find a charity, find a research program. Let me understand through the research that they do to try to help people like me. Please, we need the help. We really need it. That's all I have for today. Thank you. And I will be posting in a few days. Take care. Be safe. And if there's one thing that you take away from this video, is that people with schizophrenia, PTSD, and all the others need help. We really do. So please find a charity and donate to them. Help the cause. Help the research. Thank you.